Imagine the following situation. You're in a hurry and need to leave a note for your colleague Ade, who happens to be Nigerian. You grab the first pen you find, your favorite red pen, write the message, and out the door you go because you need to drop your kid off at her soccer practice. The next day, your supervisor calls you into her office to find out what is going on between the two of you. Ade thinks you're mad at him, and you are shocked because that's not the case at all. So now you're anxious to get to the bottom of this misunderstanding. Could a cultural difference have anything to do with this misunderstanding? Hi, I'm Louisa Drescher, President and CEO of Mastering Cultural Differences and a global diversity expert. I partner with HR executives and other leaders to help them address the many challenges of culturally diverse workplaces. In this video, I want to share with you how understanding cultural differences is essential for effective diversity management. Because of globalization and increased immigration, there is no doubt that managers today are engaging with workers and clients who have very different cultural backgrounds, beliefs, languages, religions, and value orientations. While a culturally diverse workplace can bring many benefits to the company, it can also pose many challenges. The problem I have noticed in my many years as a consultant is that there is an increasing level of discomfort in workplace interactions. And that's because individuals don't recognize cultural differences. And even worse, no one is teaching employees how to understand and work well across differences. So today, I am sharing with you some tips and strategies that will help you work more effectively with your culturally diverse colleagues and clients. But first, let's start with the basics. You need to understand how culture drives behavior. In fact, culture impacts the way you feel, think, speak, and act. And there's more. Culture not only influences your behavior, but also colors your interpretation of the behaviors of others. Culture is one of those concepts that it's all around us, but it's hard to define. And that's why I love the metaphor that Edward T. Hall introduced, that culture is like an iceberg. Think about it. Every iceberg has the part that you see, which is about just 10% of the iceberg, and a part that you don't see because it sits below the waterline. That part comprises of about 90% of the iceberg. It is the same thing with culture. For every culture, there are some aspects that are easy to identify. For example, you hear the language they speak, you know what they eat, and what kind of music they play. That's the easy stuff. The problem comes with the cultural aspects that sit below the water level, so to speak. These are much harder to recognize. For example, how individuals view and use time, how much they tolerate change, their communication styles, how they view authority, and much more. These are all things that will drive someone's behavior. So, here are three things that you can keep in mind when interacting with culturally diverse colleagues or clients. Number one, understand that in culturally diverse workplaces, the potential for misunderstandings is really high, mainly because there may be aspects of an individual's culture that you don't know or recognize. So always remember the iceberg metaphor when interacting across cultures. Number two, never interpret someone's behavior from your cultural perspective. That will likely lead to a misunderstanding. You need to see things from their perspective. The nice thing is that when you understand cultural differences, you're able to recognize when those differences are the root cause of a misunderstanding. Finally, ignoring differences can not only be disastrous, but can also perpetuate some discomfort within a global workforce. A culture blind approach is no longer feasible in today's culturally diverse workplaces. Cultural differences matter. Now let's go back to the incident I mentioned at the beginning of the video. The problem resided not with the message, but with the color of choice. For Nigerians, red carries a threatening overtone. In fact, in some cultures, it also symbolizes evil. So it was not the message, it was the fact that you used a red pen to deliver the message. If you would like to learn more about cultural differences impacting the workplace, I have some very exciting news for you. My brand new digital course, the Global Academy, that you can complete 100% online. You can learn all about the course by going to the link I have added below. And as a gift to you, if you use the promo code that I included, for a limited time, you can take the course for 60% off the original price. If you have not done so yet, make sure to subscribe to the Mastering Cultural Differences channel so you can be notified of upcoming videos. And remember, differences are never a problem once you master them. Bye for now.